Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3. Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3. It's the future now, where we have a problem. We have this problem. Again, somehow I thought that we were far enough away that it wasn't going to be an issue. So, we don't really know what this army is made of. If it has really good units in it, they're mostly hidden. There's a unit of Ice Guard here, but at least they're bow and sword Ice Guard instead of the ones with the pikes. So only 36 melee defense. They have a bonus versus infantry, and I assume they will get that bonus versus infantry against our monstrous infantry. But we also have some pretty good bonuses versus infantry, and our charge bonuses and whatnot. We can take them. We can take them. So I think what I'm going to do is just move to right here. I'm not going to march mode because I don't want to make this army tired. What I would love is if we could get into reinforcement range with enough movement to drop into ambush mode afterward, but unfortunately that is just not in the cards. Down here was where I wanted to drop that camp, right? Yeah, well, that's just going to have to wait.
The magic of me.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for right here. This is the army that has the cannons as well, so hopefully we'll be able to hold them off. We have very little money, and our income is quite low. Oh, hey, I didn't even notice. Greasus's army is very low on meat. Well, we're going to be within range of a camp really soon, though. Yeah, next turn. So that'll solve a lot of that problem. Okay.
Slaughtermaster.
We've closed all of the relevant chaos gates, and at this point we're just headed back toward Lazarg territory. And yeah, we need to get another camp or two down because we definitely need to develop some more income buildings, like really badly. Whew. Okay. And we're at what, like -3 with them. But the number's still trending upward a little bit.
You better play nice.
I need some money. I was hoping we were going to get a little bit more value out of how large our army is now, but no such luck. 1,500 for a non-aggression pact. I mean, I could certainly use the... some of the textures have gotten a little whack. Did the game change my settings? It may have. I don't love being in a non-aggression pact with Kugath Plaguefather necessarily, but I do love $1,500. Actually, Kugath Plaguefather's territory is getting a little close to mine. You know what? I am going to take this. Okay, the textures are not always, Certain people's facial textures are not loading the fullest that they could be. That's very strange. I don't know. My computer's haunted. This is a fact. This is a known thing. You know what? I'll worry about it after the episode. How about that? So now we're looking at maybe changing up the plan a little bit because the Ice Court army just retreated. Do we still need Greasus to be pushing west then? We might just head north at the fork instead of west because there is that there's that little ogre faction that we could burn out real fast. I don't know exactly what we want to do with their territory. Like, it may be the case that I don't even want to own that. Okay. Learning supervisor, very important. Everybody wants movement range.
The over tyrant.
So yeah, Yeti Peak is where we'd be headed. I think ending the turn here makes a lot of sense.
More spoils here.
Put ourselves, first of all, in friendly, uncorrupted territory so that we can stop bleeding. And secondly, inside range of the camp so that we can control our desire for food. And that Ice Court army completely disappeared. We have no idea where they've gone. It's a little concerning. Thing is, if we put a camp up over here, there's a good chance that it'll be hard to defend for a while. But I guess that's not a really big deal. We just don't rely on it to develop advanced recruitment structures. We use it mostly to make the money thing. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the camp placement. If Anastas turns around, Greasus is still right here and we can deal with that. Does this camp have its... Okay, it almost has its money structure as leveled up as it can be. This is a big difference, right? Yeah, this increases local recruitment capacity, but it's also all of my money, and I want to make sure I have money to start up the money-making building in the next camp, so I think we're going to not bother with that. In fact, I think we're going to not bother with any money, any building stuff at all. Oh, hey, look. It's a trade caravan belonging to somebody that I'm at war with. The Imperial Wardens. Okay, well, we'll take care of that as well. So it seems like we don't really get very much money out of doing that. It's just that we're preventing the enemy from getting money, which is still, you know, it's something. Okay. I think that's all we can hope for this turn. I'm going to take a really quick look in the... Apologies. Graphics. The one with the screen. Says quality high. Okay. It's fine. Whatever. I'll diagnose later. Okay, Anastas just walks barely across the border and then starts raiding me. That makes sense. It's annoying, but it is a sensible maneuver on his part. Once we've got the camp established, I wonder if it will draw... No, I'm not going to join a war on your behalf for free. Who do you think I am? You want to give me 6,000 gold or something? We can talk. Do we know how the Fulg feel about the Lazargs? I don't remember if we do. It's possible that going to war with the Lazargs will bolster our opinion, or rather bolster the Fulg's opinion of us a little bit. How are you feeling? Still -3, and now we're trending downward because the what do you call it? Okay, they're not at war against the Lazargs. They have no relationship with them at all, it looks like. Yeah, it's still trending downward because the impact of our gifts is wearing off. We got so close. We got so close, and I really do want their territory quite badly. All right. I want to put this down in a place where it's going to serve this whole area, which I think is doable. It's probably like here.
Seeking ingredients.
Well, further south might be better, because I want it to be able to service like a warfare that's happening in this area. Yeah, maybe let's go further south. Let's go more toward the Eagle Aries. Am I allowed to put it down here? Too close to a settlement. Okay, so we'll take a couple steps back next turn and drop it. That'll be fine. Greasus is gaining 17 per turn here, so we do probably want to
Greasus,
I want to stay near the camp for a little while. What I think I'm going to do is come over here and set up an ambush. Let's see if we can get Anastas to walk into us. And at this range, even if Anastas doesn't move at all and just stands there and raids, we'll be able to jump him next turn.
Tyrant!
We're not going to do that.
Master Butcher. If it means butchery. The richest me into my paw.
So it still says this, but there's no universe where we are still shortly after breaking a treaty, right? Maybe it just always says that if you have had a treaty with the faction in the past. Maybe it's not an indication that you would still be suffering from the effects.
I don't trust an ogre who doesn't do what I tell him.
Because it doesn't seem like it can't possibly be the case that we're still being affected by that, right? I am going to give them...
Gets me what I want.
All right, trending upward again. We're so close, and I want it so much. Hopefully we'll get offered a contract that is both doable and has an actual reward this time. This I really like the idea of a mercenary contract mechanic, but they've made the rewards so small that they're never worth doing. Well, not never, perhaps, but certainly rarely.
The Ivory Road is open to you.
This is a very small amount of money. I'm not too worried about you attacking me, and I would really like a larger payoff than that. I'm sure in ogre society, a 200 gold bribe must be seen as like a grave insult, right? Oh, nice. Our gem mine completed. I forgot we were even building that. So, Demon Army now loose in the middle of Fulg territory, and they just lost a battle to it. Oh, no, sorry. This is Bloodmaw territory. They're not actually that far from being willing to confederate with us as well. And taking a proper alliance with the Bloodmaw might make the Fulg like us better. And we could get them to pay for the privilege, which we could then use. We could use this money. Yeah, I'm going to do this.
Recognize your true time.
So,
Not
with the
above
Fulg...
listening to the likes of you.
Huh. Confederation went to minus 33. Well... that kind of makes me want to... Hold on a second. We're gonna determine something here. We're going to load the autosave. I want to see if the Confederation value had changed a tremendous amount as of the beginning of the turn, or if it was specifically the moment of the alliance that made that number change. The graphics are being downgraded for this session. That's curious. My graphics memory should not be running low. I mean, as you saw last time, and also every other episode of this series, my equipment is more than up to this task. Like I said, I'll diagnose later. I'm sure something weird's going on. So yeah, I am wondering if, like, it shouldn't be the case that me getting a military alliance with another faction makes the Fulg less likely to confederate, right? That doesn't make... There is no motivation there for that system being designed in that way, I don't think.
Ogre tyrant.
So yeah, it saves right before you hit end turn, so we'll run the end turn sequence here, and then we'll have a look at the Fulg's feelings. I don't have anything unusual running. Yeah, I have no idea why my graphics memory would be low. Happy to see some victories for the Western Kingdoms. I was a little worried that they were just going to get pushed back endlessly. I'm going to say no on this. I really would like to get over there and help them. I would like to participate in the war in Cathay. We just have to deal with the ice court first. So demons showed up and attacked the Fulg's stuff. Or they attacked the Bloodmoss stuff, rather. That's not super relevant to us. It definitely makes sense of why the Fulg are so eager to get the military alliance, because their situation is becoming a little dire.
Won't be making any deals to you.
Yeah, no.
I'm in charge.
Okay, so it wasn't the alliance that did it. Something else that happened that we are not aware of caused the Fulg's willingness to do the Confederation to drop by 30 points. And there's just no way to know.
Relax.
Well, that being the case,
With the boss.
we know we can go ahead and take this
That's
deal.
the ogres.
Not super jazzed about that
Greasus
30-point change.
Shockingly obese.
So if I attack here, he's going to retreat. I think we have enough movement that we should be able to chase. And crushing this army is definitely good for us.
Greasus always wins.
Yeah, we can pursue. A Pyrrhic victory that's going to kill a bunch of my ogres if we do it manually, or if we do it this way, so let's do it manually. Oh, their force is overwhelmingly just crappy archers and peasants and stuff. They have a unit of armored Kossars, which are fine. And then they have a couple of proper, like, shock cavalry types. Well, the warbears are less shock cavalry. But yeah, we can do this. Do I wanna feast? Probably not, right? Meat's a little bit low in this army, and the benefits of feasting are, frankly, just too small to really be worth spending anything on, I think, in almost any case. A lot of these effects are just like, they're a little too incremental. I think there's a lot of fear of things being overpowered that leads to stuff like a common hero trait that gives plus 4% speed. But if you put something in that's that weak, I mean, like, it almost may as well not be there at all. Alright, so this army has really good casualty replenishment, right? We could absolutely just do a charge forward thing here to save ourselves a little bit of time.
Where's me master?
But maybe I should do it right. So the Stonehorn, they do have this like this nice flank protection. But what we can do is run
Guts out, boys.
just like some of the ogres, just a couple units.
Guts out, boys.
Maybe actually
Iron guts.
both of the units of Iron Guts should be over here as well. So we'll have most of the ogres sweep up this side. We'll have some of them run into the trees, and they'll still be visible probably, but they'll at least they'll take reduced damage. The trees intercepting some of the projectiles.
Where's ogre mates? Where's the meat?
And a lot of our other units probably should move pretty slowly.
Find them and kill them. Looking for meat.
Stealthy units can get over there.
Scouting.
I need to be just a little bit cautious of the ranged units over focusing on us.
Moving.
So I forgot that our hunter in this army was also on a Stonehorn. We should be able to get that close without them being able to get vision of that,
Ogre hunter.
those units.
Hunting. My next trophy.
Your range... Wait, units revealed. Oh, okay. No, we cannot get that close without being noticed. Well, run deeper then. Because, like, this unit's starting to turn around, and that's going to be very good for us, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have the Stonehorn just push. And, in fact, they've sort of, by turning, they've sort of opened up a whole angle for us here. Greasus follows them in. This might be a good time to hit the old Foe Seeker. And these units I left back here because I was really nervous about them getting pushed, but now I think it's time to just aggress.
Hunt them down. I'll smell ya. Serve the ogres. Try peaching.
Poor Noblars.
The masters.
The life of a Noblar is very miserable. Okay, so we've got their attention. Let's go. You charge in here, you charge in like there. And we're just going to collapse them from the side, as we often do, right? I think it probably makes sense for you to swap to melee mode and just start murdering hardcore. Yeah, maximum killing. These two, they're not going to get any meaningful damage in on Winged Lancers, but they can, yeah, they can just draw up and start hurling knives at various archers. Don't really need to have a specific plan there. All right. Forward charge is absolutely acceptable. Do not feel like you have to get fancy. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and pick some individual targets over here too. So the biggest two dangers here are their cavalry units. And I guess like a situation where they're able to focus a bunch of their ranged units on one group of ogres or something would also be very bad. But I don't think that should be a problem. I think that's something we should be relatively safe from. Is their lord on foot? He is. Okay. So he's not a large unit. I guess, yeah, killed that one horseman. Try to disengage the Stonehorn. The Gorgers can finish this. Basically, their whole army is threatening to collapse on them, which is good news.
We's ogre mates.
Let's get the Stonehorn in here. Obviously, the Stonehorn is best off fighting infantry. I'm gonna try to let Greasus finish breaking these guys, and then he can go to work on the horses, or on the bears rather.
I'll crush them.
Feast. Okay, it looks like mostly we have units who have just decided that their orders don't matter, which is always annoying and wrong. Always annoying and wrong. You also help with this. Don't let them tell you when they are done fighting. We decide when they are done fighting. Okay.
I'll smell ya.
So yeah, Greasus should be able to break the bear unit pretty quickly. Although he's going to do it one bear at a time, obviously. And I mean, this is basically over, right? Their units are surrendering hardcore.
Off we go.
Press up here and see if we can catch these archers. One thing their archers can certainly do is run. You were doing so well fleeing. Why would you stop? Okay, looks like we're not going to need the dismember at all either. Can I get another set of hands over here? So why is this battle still happening? It's just the Lord and this one unit of archers haven't technically surrendered yet. There we go. This is the thing, right? This is the thing with Kislevites. The battle can be over for a good half an hour before they will actually throw up the white flag. To some extent, you know, it has some mechanical value. Like I was saying in the last campaign, it does allow them to wear down incoming armies over the course of multiple battles more effectively, and you get a nice, like, thematic link there with the attrition being done by the harsh Kislev landscape and whatnot. But it's also just tedious. Like, being on the other side of it, it's just a real bummer for the player. So we suffered almost no actual losses there. We lost a couple of ogres. Really, like, even the Noblar units didn't do too poorly. One of them managed to get 30 kills. It's very impressive. It's a good thing we have that that follower who allows us to recruit Noblars at a higher level, because they are, like, never ever going to level up due to experience gained in battle. Okay. Did you really think that that was a good idea?
Shockingly obese. Over.
Just head back home here.
Old master.
So we're pushing towards snacks with old Greasus. I mean, yeah, let's just gain XP.
Looks valuable, I'll have it. Must feast.
The hunter also. So we need one more skill point spent. We could give you a small bonus versus large. Keep in mind, bonus versus X only applies to melee attack and melee damage, I believe. It doesn't affect missiles. Well, no, that can't be true, because this missile strength... Yeah, his missile strength has bonus versus large on it already. Huh. Well, first of all, it is a bummer that this doesn't specify what attacks it applies to if there are multiple places it can't apply. But secondly, if we're already at plus 100, adding another plus 5, maxing out at 15, it just doesn't feel very useful. I might take an insignificant amount of speed over an insignificant amount of damage versus large.
Ogre slew a master.
Okay, so we'll back up a little bit.
Ingredients. Ogre tyrant.
That's actually really well placed. That covers a lot of potential combat areas. Yeah, very happy with that. Let's get this up and running as quickly as we can.
My gut is law.
And I mean, this isn't so expensive. We're plus 15 growth right now. So another plus 10 it's going to change the math in this area very considerably. Yeah, that's definitely worth doing. Ooh, there is a hero type attached to the Gutstone. I had not been thinking about that, but that is interesting. Well, I want to make sure I can do this. We do have the money for both. I'm going to hold off on the growth increase.
Hungry.
Just because I'm trying to preserve enough money for gifts and bribes and whatnot.
Slew a master.
Alright, so...
Take it. Take it all.
I think we're just declaring war next turn, whether or not it still causes a penalty, because we need to get on clearing this out. I need to be able to refocus my armies. Oh good, the Tsarina herself is over here. Well, we don't need to push any further west for the moment. We need to keep an army on the western front for combat purposes, but it certainly doesn't have to be Greasus. It can be this third army that we've built up. Okay, great big western force pushing to the north. That whole area is looking pretty chaos corrupted, though. You know, under normal circumstances, I would just be like, well, my equipment's acting a little bit weird, and it's been a while since I had an upgrade and everything. I'll just buy a new graphics card. But anybody who's paid any attention to the hardware market over the last couple of years knows that that's not a thing you can just do anymore. Thanks to dipshits. I'll look into it. It would be cool to... Whatever. This is a concern for me to have off camera. We really need okay, the Imperial Wardens have been folded into the northern provinces. That's not a big deal. We need an agent who is skilled in removing other agents from our territory. Okay, so I don't particularly care about the diplomatic relations on any of this. Capture and occupy the village of the Tigermen. You know, honestly, I would really like to do that. We would have 10 turns, right? It's not very much money. But it is a major settlement in a region that our allies having trouble controlling. Worth noting, we haven't had to worry about this yet, but different settlements are in different climate types. We've been fighting entirely in the mountains, and mountain is a suitable climate for the Ogre Kingdoms. This desert out here, currently horribly siege corrupted, but ordinarily, you know, more sort of sandy, is terrible for us, and it will come with a ton of penalties. But it does have a trade good that we don't have yet. I don't know what we would even do with, hold on.
Iron Dragon's assistance.
Yeah, we're stable really high, so the extra diplomatic stuff is not super valuable. I think I'm not going to take the contract, because the $1,500 is not worth potentially somehow not getting this done. You know, something could arise, and having that screw up our relationship. But that is my plan with Gofk, probably, is tear through Lazar's territory, then come up here and deal with that. I don't care about diplomatic relations with either of these factions. They all of the tasks here are to go into Cathay and wreak havoc, and that is a thing we intend to do, but I don't feel comfortable pegging the timetable so tightly in that way, so I think we're gonna hold off for the moment. So now that this is set up,
Leader of the tribe. Meet ritual. Martyr for the war.
have you head back here.
The shockingly unbased.
So Carrick Vrag is the major settlement, and any major settlement building can cleanse Realm of Chaos traits. So we're just going to go back and spend a little bit of time in Carrick Vrag. And Carrick Vrag is still within range of the camp, so we also will have time there to secure an amount of meat that will allow us to expedite elsewhere. You know, an expedition. So for 2,000, this gains an extra 300 gold per turn, thanks to our massive bonuses to this type of building. Definitely worth it. And we're still able to put up another camp somewhere if we want.
Meet ritual.
Which I absolutely would. I would put up a camp somewhere near the mouth of this area, probably. Hey, let's check in really quick on this.
And you're me.
Oh, the Blood Maw. Sorry, that's the Blood Maw, not the Fulg.
Got no reason
Okay,
to
their
kill
thing still says minus 33. So there are factors in this that are, like, fully beyond our control, and there's no way to predict how they're going to behave. Confederation's always been tricky business.
Slaughtermaster. The great Moors.
All right, is anybody at war with these who might... Okay, the western provinces might buy us in. Let's see. Let's see how they feel about that.
Do not believe the slander about me.
What if I joined your war?
My father's most honorable.
Okay, I haven't heard anything about you, actually. So you're just telling me that there's slander. And that does concern me some. Alright, let's do it. Let's crush him.
Moors chosen.
Should be nice and easy. A valiant defeat, you say? Oh, you know what? I just realized something. Hold on. Encircle.
Radiance.
This army has a ton of meat. We should probably, at the very least, do bloody and raw. Yeah.
Slice the
10 melee attack is actually an amount that matters, so... Okay, yeah, this should be very doable. Do we wanna... We could throw in that much, and, like, this army's doing just fine on me. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So ogres don't make much of a defensive force. They're really not, I think, going to be well positioned. The best they can hope for is when we start charging, they also charge back, and so they can get the charge bonus that we're getting. But with us outnumbering them so much, obviously we can just hit them from two sides at the same time in a lot of places, and... So maybe what we've done on this map a bunch of times is divide our army into three forces to make them divide their defenses up. And like, I see no reason to change that plan. It seems very functional. So they do have a unit of man-eaters. They have proper ogre cavalry, which is obviously potentially powerful. And they have this hero type at the top of their garrison, which looks like it must be a fire wizard. Honestly, doesn't seem like that big of a deal to me.
Where's me master? Where's ogre mates?
Here. Alright, so we're gonna do one force at this side, just kind of dividing up the crummy troops here. One force over here. And one force over here. And then this army does not have a high degree of sophistication. I think we're probably just gonna... Here, let's make you part of that group. And then we're gonna divide the forces pretty evenly. We don't want to put too much on any one side because we don't want the enemy, obviously, to have an easy choice as to where to leave the softer defenses.
I'll smell ya!
Okay. So one side has more bodies, the other sides have the characters.
When do we eat?
Let's see what they do.
Yoblars!
So we got just a couple units of ogres here. It looks like this side maybe got the heavy defenses, which is an interesting decision. And they put a tower in the middle. So this is actually the most open side. They're very concerned about the characters specifically, which makes a certain kind of sense. Okay. Have y'all two get over there. And we just want to cross, right? All right, over here. So they have some iron fists and some normal dual weapons. I mean, this is going to be... These poor Noblars are going to get super murdered. The most murdered. Right, you don't have to be so far back. Sorry, no, these Noblars are going to get the most murdered. In fact, I wonder if the right play on this side is just to abandon it. They're going to move the Mournfangs and their Firebelly to the front gate pretty quickly. So maybe the right move here is just to, like, move up a little bit. Move up just enough that the hunters can throw knives. Try to entice the ogres forward and then punish them for charging. Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see if that looks like a real plan. I don't expect we're going to see a lot of reaction to the plan anywhere else. They're going to see that we are approaching and they're going to let us approach.
Stalker of prey. Tracking quarry.
You can move up behind the Noblars. Yeah, just start whipping. Hold on now.
I hunt them down.
They should be well within range. You don't need to be running forward. Throw something. He's a little. All right, he seems to be maybe not 100% on top of the plan. I'm going to give them separate move orders to the same location because I am a little bit concerned about them trying to move in formation over here, which is a thing I definitely don't want them doing.
The more cool. Find a mill.
Okay, they are bringing in another unit of ogres from further in, from deeper in. So I might want to... Yeah, this is awkward.
Biggest in the tribe. This way.
They're going to use that to prevent the flank charge, which is super annoying. Where the hell are y'all going? Actually, you know what? You're right. That is a good idea.
Hungry. Thundering forth. Ogres.
Yeah, straight up, Ogre Bulls with dual weapons should beat Ogre Bulls with Iron Fists because of the anti-infantry bonus, I would expect. So hopefully we'll just win that. Let's get you two to back up a little bit so you can actually focus on throwing stuff. And I think my move with this unit is just run over here and grab this and then grab that. How is the front going? You know, basically how you would expect. So they did relocate a couple units of ogres. I will say this, it is really nice for their purposes, for the basic ogre units to be so damn fast. So basically what they did was they accomplished this by retreating from this front entirely. They redistributed all the troops from this front to the other fronts. So we're going to go claim that point. Mournfang cavalry is just running right through here, probably to the actual to area 1. Which I think also works out pretty okay for us. You're still able to throw stuff. Seems like the enemy's quite reluctant to engage over here for reasons I'm not 100% clear on.
Scouting.
Finally starting to come forward. And we have fully broken this, so yeah.
Tracking quarry. Bring us me. Biggest in the tribe.
They're relocating forces, which means that, yeah, they're completely giving up this front. Because they're moving stuff to that side and to the other side. Why does... because none of the units are actually near the flag. Because of course they aren't. Alright. Good news is we're going to be able to burn a huge amount of their total resources here. I'm going to have at least one of these ogre units run that way. You lot definitely need to just get inside the square and stand. It'd be great if the Noblars could do the same thing.
I feel the hunger.
And as we approach over here... I don't know, we're not going to need any spells or anything, it doesn't seem like.
Hungry.
Yeah, this is just mine. They're bringing something in to try to participate, but probably a little bit late. I'll say this, they are dual weapon ogres at least. They're trying a little bit. Alright, go cap that as well before they can actually spend the tower. So we're invalidating a lot of their spent supplies. They're running low on actual resources. And it looks to me like this is probably going to be pretty takeable as well. One unit of dual weapon ogres got onto that, but this should be pretty easily dealt with. Those Noblars are definitely dead already. They did manage to get the Mournfang Cav in here in a way that I'm a little concerned about. How armored are they? Very. Okay, yeah, just keep throwing knives at whatever it makes sense to throw knives at. We're going to reinforce this front from here after we cap the point. That's how we'll handle that. And in fact, I'm going to send my lord over there right now, because we could do some spell casting. Ah, they put up a barricade. Interesting. I can tell you right now, I would not have been allowed to construct a barricade in that position with enemy units right there, but whatever, it's fine.
I go. Bring us meat. Crunch their skull.
So, let's cast some spells, shall we? My units could use a little bit of support here. The maw is... How big is the area? Well, that's impressive. It's going to kill more of my own units, probably, than anything else. But what we could do is... Yeah. Bullgorger on this unit, actually, as it's approaching. Okay, so those are just Noblars. Yeah, I guess charge here.
Leader of butchers. They die.
Okay, this point is mine. No big surprise. Let's send the Iron Guts over to where the real fighting is. This point was falling to me and is no longer because they managed to put enough bodies into it, which is really annoying. Looks like my hunter's actually just straight winning the battle over there against that unit of dual weapon guys, which is fine. Yeah, we'll have the unit of dual weapons get on that. Y'all get over here. All right.
Take it all. Off we go.
Can you disengage?
Looking for me.
I'm going to try to re-angle this fight a little bit. Trying to get the mass of the force of Noblars onto this side so that we can get an actual charge off here. It's something.
The meat wants it back.
Okay, that's falling really slowly, which sucks. This blew up, though. Bad news, obviously, for them. I'm going to have this unit turn around and go back this way. That barricade has been destroyed by the falling of the thing. And I would really like to actually hit what's left of these units in the backside.
The more calls. Noblars! When supper! Rampage
Oh,
this
are you
way.
exhausted or something? No, you're fresh. Not a lot of running going on here.
Find a meal.
Mornfang Cavalry have really bad defenses, right? Well, not as bad as I might like,
Is
honestly.
secured. Oh, more. Hungry.
Okay.
Off we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say that battle is well and truly over. And yeah, we're gonna take this. This is a what do you call it? A settlement of some value. So I did let this unit of dual weapon bulls stay in for way too long because I was distracted because there's a lot of stuff going on in a siege battle. We're gonna be in replenishment time for a while. I guess what we could do is fold these 3 units up and just hire in some new ones. I don't know if I'm in range of a place that has dual weapon brutes, because that's not at the first level of that recruitment structure, right? I think it's at the second. Well, I guess we can see what the buildings are that are in this settlement. That may influence our move a lot, because they may have some recruitment stuff up already. Got a potion of foolhardiness, you know? 40% charge bonus on an ogre unit. It's pretty significant. Loot and occupy. That's a lot of money. We're basically guaranteed to cause a rebellion if we aren't careful here. And this area is all chaos corrupted too, or at least it was. So its order's probably quite low. I'm just gonna do the occupy.
Get eaten. Slaughtermaster.
Okay, so they have their marble quarry up and a money-making building, which is fine.
Consume.
What do we have the ability to recruit here? We can pull in, obviously, we can pull in dual weapon ogres from the global in a single turn instead of 2. I'm a little surprised by that. Okay, what if we, how expensive are they? Quite. The answer is a lot. So the maximum size for this unit is 16. These aren't going to combine totally cleanly.
My recipes will grow.
Let's do that, and this. We'll be in pretty good shape next turn.
Slaughtermaster.
So yeah, let's finish upgrading this stuff.
Fresh.
Oh, actually, you had more than 1 skill point from that battle. I mean, we're gonna take Troll Guts 2. These are so expensive, though, that we won't be casting them in the same battle very much, probably, so maybe it makes more sense to grab this other stuff first. Yeah, we're going to get earthing and meat reserves, and then extra ingredients, then we'll come back and get Troll
A
Guts.
fine tool of butchery.
You can absolutely pick up increased mobility, and shall.
Ogre tyrant.
Probably don't do anything here. Probably don't take any of these contracts because they suck. The money output of contracts needs to be so much greater. Oh, you know what I should do? I think the Fulg didn't have any particular feelings about the Lazarg, and the way we declared war by being bought into it doesn't automatically call in our allies. But if we can buy the Fulg into the war, it's probably worth doing, because we can get lots of opinion from winning battles against a shared enemy. And we're just gonna keep trying with them. It would be really nice. Y'all want peace. You know, I think I'm okay with that, actually. I don't know where they have 1 settlement over there. They're not actually at war with any of my allies or anything. I'm gonna take it. One less thing to worry about seems fine to me. I think a thing that would really help with the annoying. Yeah, see this kind of stuff right here. This is why I didn't want to make it a why I didn't want to be on a timer to capture that Cathayan village, because, like, who knows how many armies we're going to have to push our way through to get up there. This guy over here, you can tell he has very good tweets. Extremely pro-follow. Oh, hey, the Saberskin were finally destroyed. We knew they were going to be eventually. Okay, our insanity is less absolute. That's good news.
Greasus.
What is it that we still have? We still have control down, leadership down. It's not like a big deal, but I think I'll sit and let that fall off. So what else do I want to do with you right now? I'm kind of curious if this is actually empty. This area is like mega corrupted. So we were working toward, I wanted this, but we were working toward trade negotiator. So let's go ahead and grab that.
It helps ogres. It helps me.
Yeah, and your job really is just guard duty. So how do we best guard duty? I guess just hanging around Mount Crag, like maybe just sitting in Gorger Rock for the moment.
Carve and grind.
Yeah, I don't know what your move is in the long term. Greasus is gonna stay right where he is and hopefully shed that trait.
Ogre tyrant.
This is definitely getting upgraded. That's super high priority. At this point, I feel pretty comfortable doing that as well.
I'll eat any challenger.
I'm not going to push any new buildings there.
Bring me ingredients.
Interference will cost you dearly.
That is a pretty easy caravan army. Do we want to go after them, or do we want to just head? Oof, Shambletown has a real garrison.
Butcher in chief.
Maybe we need to get Greasus over here. Yeah, maybe actually.
Over tyrant.
Maybe the best move for Greasus is full speed run toward the Great Hall. I think that's what we're gonna do.
Move it. Double time.
We can maybe get a turn of
Bosses.
sitting in the Great Hall and hope to shed this other trait, which is not nearly as bad. We got rid of the one that I liked the least. But we may need additional force over here just to make sure that we're not losing anything. So that being the case, yeah, I guess let's go eat this caravan. I would just take the auto-resolve and then go back to sitting and waiting if it wasn't going to kill some of my units. Yeah, alright, we'll do it manually. I really don't want to, but it is a shame the number of, like, trivial victory battles that you have to, and you end up having to fight manually because the game is so finicky about the auto-resolver. And this is going to be the same battle, basically. They do have what looks like some gun troops, which is definitely a danger to us. Our units are not particularly good against gun, but their units should not be particularly good against maw. So, you know, trade-offs.
Hungry.
Vanguard deploy these units over here. Yeah, we can do some serious damage. So what is this gun unit? Iron Hail Gunners. Missile strength is relatively low. Very vulnerable as you would expect. with only 90 range, and they're direct fire units, so they can't... terrain can be very tricky for units like that.
Iron guard.
I assume their shot is largely armor-piercing. Yeah, it has the armor-piercing icon. I mean, that makes sense. So I'm going to have the Iron Guts be over here to push up through the trees and then probably catch the cavalry unit.
No more calls.
We're going to be a little bit careful with the damaged ogres. And yeah, let's do it.
Take it all. Looking for him.
Finding the trail.
Off we go. Noblage. Let's go, Noblage.
No, not you.
Here we go. Leader of butchers.
So an overcast of the Great Maw here is going to be 26, I believe. And I do think I want to do it pretty early. I want to do it before our forces are really in on each other. Alright, they're starting to shift, but they're not really spreading out. I'm really curious exactly how damaging this is going to be. They're presenting a pretty solid opportunity to us here. So first of all, range on it is extremely good. Do I want to just blow up 2 units of ranged? We could try something like this. It's a little greedier and probably doesn't actually get everything I want. These units are in motion. Hold on, let me, what exactly are they doing right now?
I go.
It's really hard to tell, actually. I'm gonna try it right here, because this unit's marching this way. We might be able to get a pretty decent body count on that. And I think what they're doing here is they're reacting to the positions we put the ogres in. The visible ogres. Make that more of a march in that direction. Let's see. It's a very slow cast. Wow, it did just basically delete that unit immediately. Okay. Honestly, not that visually impressive of a spell. It's remarkably simple and kind of unimpressive for the amount of wins you spend on it, but what it does do is kill some dudes. We may keep the damaged units out of the battle entirely, but obviously I want to be able to call them in at a moment's notice if it becomes important. Do it. May make more sense for them to be over here.
Biggest in the tribe. Take it all.
Some of y'all start smashing. Some of y'all keep positioning.
Crunch their skulls. When do we eat?
It turns out they don't like being blown up by unexplainable magics. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Noblage attack.
Okay, the cavalry unit did not survive the trap.
My next trophy.
Tribe on the move. Thundering forth. Iron God. This way.
Okay, we do have a unit over here that's going remarkably unchallenged. Or a pair of units, rather.
It's happening.
Do some damage there.
Rampage this way. Where's me master? Looking for me. Rampage this way. Ogres.
Okay, that's turned around on them already.
Biggest in the tribe.
It is, I will say this, it's a weird playstyle, but it is very fun to just mash these huge units into the enemy over and over again.
My cleaver is sharp!
He's trying to eat the enemy lord. It's taken a little bit of effort to actually get over to him. And I'm afraid to use my Thunder Mace at this point.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes!
So I do not want to blow up all of my own units.
Me!
Yeah, I'd be honest with you. Don't really know what the deal is with the where are the damaged ogre bulls? Yeah, sure. You'll be a fine target for this. I don't really know what the players who are sending these caravans through our territory are thinking. We're in a really awkward place for caravans from the northern provinces, I guess, because like they can't get to any of the valuable lands in the south without going through my mountains. But you'd think they would just like, after the first caravan got eaten, maybe like put a hold on this stuff. Okay, so we lost basically nothing there. And then we probably just go back into the settlement and chill until Greasus shows up. Then we can hit the more defended settlements with 2 stacks. It's going to be an awful lot of meat. And unfortunately, we're probably going to have to put a camp down over near the mouth of the pass just to keep these 2 armies from starving when they're near each other, because they will be splitting like the very small meat rewards from battles and stuff. We got a Banner of Eternal Flame, which is real cool. 700, you know, I'm going to take the 780 gold. It's not a lot, but I think it's more valuable to us than the meat is right now.
Slaughtermaster.
Hold on. So we picked up a plus 8%. It feels to me like this Lichbone Pendant's kind of garbage. I definitely want that Cave Painter. Oh, Cave Painter's right. Can only be attached to tyrants. We had this problem before. Well, that being the case, actually the Lichbone Pendant is probably the best thing you could be equipping in that slot. Do I just want to... Yeah, you know what? Let's give you a slightly higher ward save. Grab the meat reserves, and then all that extra magic. We're so very close to it.
Carve and grind.
Okay. So that's coming along. Shambletown is still looking a tiny bit impressive.
Ogre tyrant.
So it's going to be just a couple of turns before we can upgrade this. We definitely want to make sure we have the money on hand for that.
Greasus, the shockingly obese.
But yeah, I'm feeling pretty okay about our position, except for the part where it looks like this confederation has become impossible for reasons that are deeply mysterious. And it does look like our allies' push over here is falling apart, in no small part because he does not understand how to move his armies together. The Fulgur out here winning battles and taking territory, which, if anything, is just going to make it harder for us to confederate them. You're that tiny little kingdom. You know what? I still don't want a non-aggression pact with you. I am defended against you. If you want to be defended against me, it's going to cost you. Looks like that Burning Wind Nomad army got completely wiped out by the garrison of whatever's in that city, which is wild because that was a big stack of troops. There are still so many random demon armies around because nobody but me managed to like actually close the portals in their territory. which is bizarre. We encountered the Waldenhof. You know, this doesn't feel like my problem. We're getting a lot of vision off of the Western Province's trade caravans. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff happening down here. Feels like not my problem. So before we call it for the episode, let's just have a quick look at...
You only get to talk.
Yep,
'cause I
still minus
said
33. For reasons unknowable.
You only get to talk.
What
'cause I
if...
said you can.
What would it
Got
take
it?
for you to join this? Looks like not very much. That's still kind of a lot, actually. My reliability is low. So... maybe... was it the reliability change? No, it was before... the drop to minus 33 on this happened the turn before we declared war, right? It's wild, though, that my reliability rating dropped from very high to low because I attacked a force that I hadn't had a treaty of any kind with for like 20 turns. I mean, is what it is. Yeah, get in here. Let's fight some common enemies. That'll help keep this number high. For some reason, that caused the Confederation value to go down. They like me more, so they're less interested in Confederation. Actually, you know what I am kind of curious about? Sometimes... okay, it doesn't work that way in this game. It's interesting that they'd be more likely to accept peace into Confederation than they would be peace into like any other kind of treaty. They're certainly not going to let me walk troops through their territory.
That's irons. Greasus Goldtooth.
Is this the... yeah, we're almost there again.
Take it.
All right. I forgot I was stopping. This is where it's stopping. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Sorry about the weird textures. I'm going to do some diagnosis here and hopefully figure some of that out. So that is, yeah, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Repeating parts of the outro when you come back next time. Tomorrow, I'll try to only do the outro once. Each part of it exactly one time. And we'll see you then.